Welcome to Synth University.
Hello, and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be making a sound from one of the most streamed songs of all time, Shape of You by Ed Sheeran.
I'm in love with the shape of you. We push and pull like a magnet do. Although my heart is falling too.
This sound is a really nice pluck sound that I think can be used in a variety of applications. If you're new to this channel, please be sure to hit that subscribe button below. I really appreciate it. And if you like this video, you can actually download this sound as part of my new cover song synth pack, which is linked in the description below. So to get started, we're going to be using ES2. I have the sound already pulled up here. And I'm actually going to do a tutorial on how to play it at the end of this video. But for now, we'll turn off the plugins and we'll open up ES2 and we will recall the default. So we're only going to be using two oscillators to make this sound. So we're going to turn off oscillator 2. We're going to take oscillator 1 to a sine wave, and we're going to take oscillator 3 to noise. We're going to adjust the ratio so that it's primarily a sine wave. 92:7 is the ratio. We'll also turn up this analog feature just a little bit. Now we have this sound. We're also clipping quite a bit, and I'm going to go ahead and turn the volume on ES2 down about 5 dB. Next, we're going to go over to the filter, and we're going to change the slope to 24, and we're going to take the cutoff down to about 0.36. We're going to leave the envelope where it's at 0.5. Next, we're going to turn up the chorus effect inside of ES2. We're going to take the intensity up to 31. We're going to turn up the tone. And we're going to leave the speed where it's at. Inside of the filter cutoff, the only thing we're going to change is we're going to turn down the decay quite a bit. So now we have this sound. Getting closer. Now we're going to adjust the amp envelope. We're going to take the attack down to 0. The decay is going to come up. Sustain is going to go all the way down to 0. And the release is going to come up a little bit. Now we have this sound. So we're really close, but I want to add a little bit more percussiveness to this sound to really emphasize the pluck. The way we're going to do that is we're going to do some routing here, and we're going to send the pitch of the oscillators to envelope 1. I'm going to turn up the effect all the way to 1. And you'll notice if I take the attack to 0 and I turn the decay up, we get this effect. Totally crazy pitch. Basically, the envelope is changing the pitch of the oscillators. So we're just going to make this effect very minimal, and we're going to take it down to 1.6, which gives us this. Now we're on our way. Let's get into the plugins. For the reverb, we're going to be using this Tabla plate preset, which is in medium plate reverbs. And I'm just going to take the wetness down since we're not using a bus. So now we have this sound. Next, we want to get even more percussiveness and a bit more forwardness out of the sound. So we're going to use a compressor. I'm going to recall the default so you can watch me put this together. So we're going to use the vintage FET. We're going to take the threshold down just a little bit. and we're going to turn the ratio up, and we're going to add 2 decibels of makeup gain. And then we're going to adjust the attack. We're going to make the attack a little bit slower, and we're going to turn up the release quite a bit. Now we have this sound. More percussive. If I turn down the attack, the compressor hits it even harder and it becomes more percussive. Versus if I make it slower, let's bring it back to where we had it. Next, we're going to add some tape delay, but we're not going to be using the tape delay as an effect of delay, but more of tape saturation. So if I recall the default, we're actually going to take the delay time down to 0 and the feedback down to 0. We're just going to be messing with the character and modulation. I'm going to turn down the clip threshold and turn up the spread. I'm going to turn up the flutter rate as well as the intensity. And then we're going to take dry to 0 and wet to 59. Now we have this sound. Last but not least, we just want to take a little bit off the top of the reverb and the noise pluck sound. So I've added a low shelf here at 10,600 Hertz. And now we have the Shape of You sound. Now, to give a brief tutorial on how to play this, the song is 4 chords. First, we're going to start on a C sharp minor chord. And we're just going to alternate between G sharp and C sharp and G sharp and E. That's the first chord. Next, we're going to go to F sharp minor. We're going to do the same thing with an A and a C sharp and then an E on top. Then we're going to go to an A chord and we're going to keep what we're doing in our right hand the same. And last but not least, we're going to go to B. And we're going to do a little walk down with the top note. So all together. And that's it. That's how you make and play the pluck sound to Shape of You by Ed Sheeran. If you enjoyed this video, once again, please be sure to hit that subscribe button below. I really appreciate it. And if you like this tutorial, you can find 20 sounds just like this as part of my cover songs synth pack linked in the description below.
Thanks for watching Synth University.